Hello everybody, welcome back to, well, another video, because surprise, this is not the final time we're doing something that's based on the NES, it's the King of Fighters, or just King of Fighters R-1, which has nothing to do with its actual Neo Geo Color. No, Neo Geo Color Pocket version. Yep, it's just the King of Fighters 94 in RPG form. So again, we began with a black opening. And Pokemon music, and I guys told you that this house was used as Ryu's starting place. So again, we get a conversation between Ryu's father and him, I believe. And they begin playing Christmas music, so that's fitting. So enemies are still strange, because, but I mean, they are from King of Fighters 2000. I can just walk over these rocks now. Actually, this is more or less going to be a double special, because I'm both combining King of Fighters R1 and R2. Because they both use the same system except for the special thingies. Which in that case, they use different special type of system, which, Logic really thought it would be a good idea to use. I'm not sure the reason why I'm playing Pokemon music now, but okay. And Samurai Spirits music. Oh boy, the coloring already looks messed up. Up, so then we do more talking with this guy. Then we have to fight him. And then they basically join you. And then wait, honestly, they don't join you, you just have a talk with this guy again. He hasn't joined your party yet. You basically go down to this alley, which is very much unique, but does appear in other games, with weird lampposts. So we didn't start talking to him. And then now you're gonna head back to your home place, because that's where they want you to go. Weird, but it gets weird. So apparently they both managed to teleport over there. And then we get to Terry's side, or Terry Bogart's side. And they start messing up with locations, because it's taken from Rexsoft. Not any other company, but just Rexsoft. Rexsoft's the King of Fighters 95, or as 97 is called on their title screen. This is supposed to be Mackinac, Greece, but they messed up pretty badly. So yes, we do more talking. They just stare badly at the badly portrayed version of Mackinac, Greece. But yes, this is the entirety of the quote-unquote stage. feels more like a place. We got weird fake boats and more docks. That's really about it. And some nice perspectives. So, yeah, our character already looks weird, but that's usual Sinjin Yanjing, taking stuff from Shiha Shisha and turning them into American characters. And the color palette just looks weird. Great Sinjin Yanjing. You already had to mess up on the enemies, now you're gonna mess up on one character. I leveled up. This one's from the King of Fighters 2000, but wrong color palette. Leveled up more. I'm already at level 12s, and he's already up ahead, level 16. Nice! And also the battle music's really good from Romance of Three Kingdoms, so that's great, Sinjin Yanjing. We got something. More of this. So then we come across the Korean team group, which is basically not sent from Seoul, but rather some weird Greek temple. Why did you guys do that? I don't know. They apparently thought that Seoul had Greek architecture, so they obviously put it in front of a weird slanted temple. That's very messed up. And I'm gonna speed up. Nice. And Bogart looks messed up. And we defeated them in under a minute. Okay, so here comes a woman that apparently on the back and front looks like one of those women from Shiha Shisho, but then the sides are basically a man. So I'm not sure the reason why I decided to choose that. So here's Regal. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Okay, there's a messed up color palette, and his face just looks like it's... No, you can barely see his face because of the process they decided to go ahead and use to turn him from a Neo Geo sprite into an 8-bit sprite, which is actually, this one has the largest sprites of all of most Sinjin Yanjing games. So now we still have yet another stage with King of Fighters 95. So we do more talking against whatever this guy is. So then she leaves. And we get Rio's side. Oh yeah, you also share money between each other, so that's great. So, outside of taking the enemies from the King of Fighters 2000, every of the bosses slash players are from 94, I believe. Can I enter this area yet? I cannot. So we got all these weird buildings lined in rows on each side of each other, so that's great map design, Sinjin Magic. Okay, so we got something, and now it's time for us to go into the military group. Great! We already have this one. And of course, on to the final person in the fighting group. Yeah, they usually go in threes for some odd reason. Or that's how much they can handle the Neo Geo version. So we defeat them, like as usual. She comes back and we have to go defeat Rugal again, but in this case we have to fail him, I believe. And then we get the women's fighter team, and I think it's supposed to be the bar from '95. This is the King of Fighters '94 with King of Fighters R-1 from the Neo Geo Pocket. Yeah, I think it is Neo Geo Pocket. But then there's stuff from the King of Fighters '95. That is not confusing, Sinjin Nanjing. That is definitely not confusing. And also character designs, they just look weird. Like the sides of Maya look like something from Shihashi Show. And we still have Christmas music playing, so that's great. Well, now apparently we have yellow-skinned people in this universe. That's great. In that case, we aren't supposed to go in that building yet. Geez, enemies did get harder. And then we got King, I believe. I think that's her name. But anyway, the color palette is still messed up on her, so that's great. Yeah, so outside of that, we're going to continue on fighting more people, but... So, basically, let's switch over to King of Fighters R-2. Just wait a second. So, yeah, so apparently R-2 is kind of the same thing as R-1, except different special system, and now it takes place in 97. And not 96, even though it does mention 96, but we've completely missed 95 and 96, and now it's 97. So, the graphics over there are gonna look weird as usual. Okay, we'll wait till I actually get the ROM to open, so... And finally, we finally got R2 to work. Oh yeah, this is gonna be combined in one video, so... Yep, so this is R2, with automatically imported stolen from Microsoft's opening of 95. They may as well begin with the opening, and again, we got stuff from the Legend of Fancy Realm. So basically, our announcer is one weird guy from, technically, some game, and then we have to fight Iroh. So after doing the opening and letting a bunch of women talk, I believe it's not Yuri, but it's some woman. Just disappears out of nowhere, or just comes appearing out of nowhere. So then this guy just appears with his arms folded. Makes him now look more like a burrito for some odd reason. Yes, Senju Najik was apparently not a much a good designer of NPCs that they made him folding look like some burrito. This is great Senju Najik. And I believe we're supposed to fail the first time. Yeah, this is the original sprite. So then we fail, they start asking questions about why they failed. And now we just have to do this all over again. And then we defeat him. We all level up, even though the characters never become playable. So then we have a long conversation. He starts talking with more of the girls. And then we have a long talk with our father for some odd reason, where some guy and the girl, I'm not sure what their names are, just start talking about with him. And then he goes into these long sentences about 600 something. After more talking with this guy, he still does more talking. Geez, how many lines fit into Senju Najik? And more Pokemon music, that's great. We still got the same enemies. We basically had to get this other guy in, which I believe it's real. I think it is. No, wait, it is real. He joins you. And then if you want to get money, you have to go up to these random buildings. Like this one. Second. So that's how you get money in this game, is by random buildings. Okay, well that was nothing. Still more trees from Digimon. So, they're still even using Digimon as late as this, which is NG087 if you're wondering. So you go over here. And then we get Mr. Karate, which really looks like Mr. Karate, talking to whatever this guy is. We then have to fight him. Dies in one hit, and I believe it's Shermie, which still looks weird. So now we can go explore this area. And guess what I saw you put in? Stuff from Final Fantasy VII. Yes, let's take everything, the trees, this bird train, and even this house is all stuff from Final Fantasy VII. That's great, Sinjin, So yeah, the way to get out of this forest maze is to do this, and strobe light warning, because this does go fast. Is this the enemy part of the forest? Not yet, but... I think we're now the enemy part of the forest. Yep, we are. So we got the guy from King of Fighters 2000, but he was originally 94. So we got the port area, which barely even appears on the map, so that's great map design. And then we got to enter the abandoned area, where we got the entirety of the crew just standing there with weird faces. Yes, thanks a lot, Sinjin Nanjing, and while they're technically under a cloud of reds, pinks, and more abandoned buildings. Yes, apparently this is now the popular meeting spot, just to meet in front of what looks like broken glass and a mask. Boy, the graphics just get weirder and weirder. So then they do more talking. So then she comes back, or I think it's Karina or something. Karina. Oh, and then she becomes Orchivina. That's right, 97 features when people start becoming Orchi version of themselves. the episode, this is Orchie version, which means evil. And it already looks messed up, because now everything is completely indulged in red. Nothing but red. We didn't defeat her. We didn't have to defeat them again. So, yeah. So now there's more locations, because they're weird, like this one, which is the final part. So again, it's part of this weird Pengalon theme. And we have a place that has castles and leftover Greek architecture, which looks like Venice, but I don't think it's Venice. And the entrances is kind of unique because we have to exit and /enter through one of these buildings, but man, it's not really unique by Sinjin Nanjing standards. I already showed you off this area. And then we got this dirt area with pipes. Well, really 2 sets of pipes and houses in the background. And it's a nice perspective. We got this streets. We got this street section again. So nothing really has changed. We got the Badlands, or the Ruins area. So yeah, that's the Ruins area. I already showed you off this port area, but the next 2 stages are going to be very familiar. You guys may have remembered this from when it was reused in Martial Arts World. Yes, so this area was reused eventually in Martial Arts World. So that's great, so we still know that Sinjin Nanjing's reusing stuff. And of course the military installation that we saw in King of Fighters R-1 is also here. So yeah, we also got a tiny little park that makes no sense. And not forgetting this thing at the end, which is the first stage area from the from when we began this entire game. Yeah, you can go explore this area, but there's basically nothing to it. So, at least Sinjin Nanjing tried to make King of Fighters stuff, like most other bootleggers, but then made them into RPGs, so that's great. That is very much great, and yeah, this episode's kind of shorter than the usual on the NES series, because now we're kind of focusing on the 16-bit era games. I just want you to show off both the King of Fighters R1 and R2, because they've rarely been recorded. But anyway, guys, that was about it. I'll see you all when we do the 16-bit era games, and this will be the final Sinjin Nanjing game I ever do from them. Maybe. Bye!